Love Music, Love Life Station. I am Khadijah Odini. Right now, it is time for us to begin with our Soul Sister segment on the show. And today, I do have a Soul Sister with me for sure. Today, I have Ajike in the
Hi, how
studio.
you doing?
So yes, it is great to have Ajike in the studio with us today, Studio of Lagos. If you'd like to be a part of the conversation, hey, we will love that. Please join in. Remember on Instagram, the topic is on there at smooth981. That is our Instagram handle. You can definitely jump in on Twitter as well. Guys are always jumping in on Twitter, anyways. Like Twitter is another world entirely. So yes, please feel free to join us on Twitter. We are at Smooth981 FM. Don't forget that you can listen in live through the Smooth website, www.smooth981.fm. And more importantly, you can go watch us on YouTube right now. Yeah, so on YouTube, just search for Smooth981 as well. So, Ajika, today
Yeah.
is the International Day of the
Whoop
Girl
whoop
Child around the
whoop
world,
whoop.
and it's really nice to know that this day has become very popular. I
Yeah.
remember 3 4 years ago, it was just another random day that you
Yeah.
try to talk about, and
Nobody really
people might not
actually
really pay
cared.
attention to it as
Yeah.
much. But this year it's actually quite a thing, and that is actually really really nice to note. And
Yeah.
in this part of the world as
I'm
well.
happy about it. I'm happy that we, the girl child, get celebrated as in we get a whole day
Yes.
to actually talk about ourselves. That
Hmm.
is just amazing.
And of course, it's not just talking alone, and we need to ensure that things are being done, changes are being made,
Yes.
actions are taken,
True.
and the likes. All right. So, it's actually the day of the International Day of the Girl Child, and there's so many issues when it comes to the girl child, or the female species. In general, there's so many things to tackle. There is equal pay to tackle. There is
Mm-hmm.
better education for girls, better health care. Just this past week, we talked about menstrual leave days in school, at work,
Yeah.
access to sanitary
Pads and
items
things.
for women and children out there in so many parts of the world.
Yeah.
There's so many things to look at when it comes to the International Day of the Girl Child. In climes like ours, there is things like child marriage,
Mm.
to look into as well. But today on the show, I kind of feel like what we're going to talk about just might encompass a lot of different things, and
Yeah.
how some way somehow fixing one thing could also spill into
Yeah.
other
The ripple
aspects.
effect. Yeah.
Exactly. So today being the International Day of the Girl Child, what are some of the mistakes that parents tend to make when raising their kids, especially their girls, that we just need to fix? What are some things that we need to totally do away with, and some of the things we need to imbibe
Yeah.
when it comes to raising the girl child? So yes, that is what we're talking about. If you have some experiences you'd like to share, maybe some things you'd like to fix yourself,
Yeah.
yeah, in the future when you do eventually have kids. So those of you who have kids already, those who are expecting, etc, what are some of the mistakes, or some of the things that you just will not be caught dead doing when it comes to raising your own kids, especially the girl child?
Well, there are a lot of things I feel like my parents did wrong, raising even me as a girl child, that I feel like a lot of girls go through. One of it is being raised to follow your mother's dream. A
Mm.
lot of Nigerian mothers didn't live their dreams during their time, and because they got married early, they had to give up a lot for marriage, basically, give up a lot, their dreams, their careers, and whatnot. So once they have this girl child that kind of looks like them or acts like them, they're like, okay, let me put all that pressure. So I couldn't be this is so. So how about you do it? And they start pressuring that on you as a girl child, not even allowing you to form and decide and have your own idea of what you want, who you want to be, or stuff like that. That's one of the things I know I faced, with my mom. Mommy, I love you.
Yeah, because
But yeah.
when we talk about, and I kind of feel like it's easy to to say, well, parents did this, well, parents did that, but I've also come to realize that that's just how best they knew
How to, yeah.
to handle stuff. Now, there are some parents who are quite intentional about these things. They're just, some parents are actually just terrible. But for the most part, a lot of parents just, did a lot of things based on that's just how far they knew to handle
But for how
things.
long are we going to use that as an excuse? Because when you think about it, we too were raised, that's how they knew, but we're now, unlearning that. We're changing.
Making a conscious effort to
Exactly.
unlearn.
Because here's the thing, they had that choice. And some
Did they?
parents, yes, they did. Because, yes, okay, take my parents, for example. They had the exposure of schooling abroad and whatnot. They saw what life was like outside, even here, for the girl child and whatnot. And they still decided to come back and still bring that Nigerianism into
Nigerianism.
into raising their girl child, even though they've been exposed. So it's like they chose not to unlearn. They're like, okay, yeah, if you're outside the country, do whatever you want, but when you're here, this is how it's done. Even though they know better and they lived through better. So you get, but like, that's not an excuse, because if we are here thinking, okay, our parents did this to us and it's not right, we don't want to repeat the same cycle, why couldn't they do that for us?
Mm.
Because I remember sitting down with my mom and, she telling us stories of them growing up and stuff she went through, the fact that she didn't even go to high school on time or enter school on time and all that. But even all that education that they finally got, and all, it did still change
Yeah,
how they see
well,
the girl
I
child.
kind of feel like there are quite a number of things that they could single-handedly do, and I think I quite disagree with you in
Okay.
certain areas when it comes to they did some things maybe consciously, maybe unconsciously. I've had a guest here once who talked about how her mother was a homemaker.
Yeah.
It wasn't exactly by choice. It
Yeah.
was, she got married, the husband said, what, it's time, we're beginning to have kids. You
Yeah.
should stay at home and take care of the kids. And her mother was very conscious about the fact that she didn't want her own daughters to
To
be
do that.
homemakers,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day. Some of our mothers, they have this thing going on where they don't want you to toe their path, but they don't have to say it out loud.
Yes,
They
some
would
some of
raise you
them,
in a certain
yeah.
way that they give you the best of both worlds, and they would still tell you that you should stick to your culture and the other, all
Yeah.
and all that, but they've given you the opportunity to explore and experience what it's like
Not
to be
many
on the other side.
Nigerian
Not
mothers.
many
I
Nigerian
can tell you it's
mothers,
like a handful,
but yeah,
because
maybe a handful.
in my experience of sitting with people, other women like me, other girls like me, and talking, even using the example of even my best friend, you would find out that most mothers, it's like they have a handbook. Nigerian mothers, the minute they marry and they have kids, they have this handbook. This is how to treat the girl child. You would have sons and your daughters are in the house, and that's where it starts. The whole, sexism thing. That's where it actually starts, because your son is there.
Gender roles.
Yeah, general, your son is there. He's not sweeping. He's not doing anything. He's not learning any chore because maybe he's the only boy. But your daughter is there because she's female. She has to do all the work. She has to do all the house chores. It's stuff like that that it keeps. Those are the little things first that
Hmm.
then build into big things. Because then, somewhere in your head, subconsciously, you think the kitchen is where I belong. Subconsciously in your head, you don't want to even follow certain dreams because you feel, nah, it's not for a female to do. I'm sure there's so many ladies out there that want to be mechanics, that want to even. I'm very happy these days when I see women driving keke, because there was a time it was a male dominated business. Here you get,
Yeah, there was a time.
it's stuff like that, because subconsciously we were raised to feel that certain things are for men or for the boy child, and certain things are like them saying pink is for ladies and blue is for guys. Who made that rule? Who says a girl can't like blue? Who says a guy can't like pink? Why must one be for the
Yeah, but
other?
sometimes, like, in terms of, okay, let's take situations where there are girl child marriages.
Yeah.
A lot of young girls
Yeah.
forced to get married before
Yeah.
they turn 18,
Yeah.
for instance. I think for most of those girls, I mean, we would not tolerate that. And
Of
we
course.
have, there's something they say about strength in numbers.
Yeah.
If one mother is fighting against it, and then all the other mothers are
Are
like,
not. Yeah.
you know, I don't think they had strength in numbers
No.
back in the day.
No. No.
They did not
didn't.
have strength in numbers. So that's one factor.
Are we sure? Because is it not the same women that matched in their birthday suits rioting for something?
The About Women's Right.
Exactly. Thank you. So, like, do they really not have?
Now that
like,
was just one sect in
a large, yeah.
a very
But that's the thing. But you see, it's the same thing that still happens in today with women. It's not really something that we like to talk about, but it's the truth. There's no unity as such. So when one woman is standing for something right and she feels like this thing is right, the other women are like, I mean, if it doesn't affect them, sorry, or it doesn't benefit or remove anything from them, yeah, they're fine. They're like, well, let's just carry on, yeah, whatever. They don't care to make an effort. And that's the same thing. That's why, like the about women thing, is because they had a joint kind of, okay, it's because they were all against. But you see this one about raising your girl child. Oh, women will not agree on that. I can assure you for that.
well.
I can,
You know
like,
what, guys? We want to hear from you as well. Please call in. Our the number to call is 0144899981, and don't forget the WhatsApp number is 0809 444 0981. And hey, we'd like to know what you also think on Instagram and Twitter. As well. Today we're looking at the girl child, and we're asking what mistakes in parenting do we need to fix, when it comes to raising the girl child. Okay, and I think we've touched on quite a number of things
yeah,
already. I mean, I think women also standing up for their daughters when certain decisions are
yes,
being made
in the
for,
home.
for
Oh,
their daughters, in terms
yes,
of them going to school
or
or
following
not
their
going to school, the
dreams,
quality of education that they get.
fighting for them in their household, because sometimes I said girl daughters, of course they're girl daughters. The daughters always had to fight their fathers sometimes when trying to follow their paths or what they want to do, because the fathers already believe that their daughters are going to be a certain way. Take me for example. I remember when I wanted to enter entertainment back in 2006, 7. Oh my God. My dad literally told me that no child of mine will do such.
I think a lot of even guys go through that.
Yeah, but you see, the mothers, right there, we all know that if you're married to a man and your kids are already teenagers, it means you have him in your pocket. Yes, let's put that out there. That's the truth. So you have a right, or should I say, the leeway to kind of help, like massage his ego and let him see reason
Exactly. I
as
think
a
we need to
mother.
find ways to help the guys see reason.
Yes.
Thankfully, today we do have men who are doing better in
Yes.
terms of supporting
Yes.
the women,
Yes.
raising their daughters' rights.
Yeah.
Sometimes I kind of feel like a good number of men
Men
are
are doing,
better at being
yes,
fathers than
actually.
being husbands or partners. And
Yes.
they love their daughters, which is something we're very, very grateful for.
Yeah,
But we also
true.
need to remember that a lot of women or a lot of people back in the day have sacrificed a
Yeah,
lot for us or for the men to get to that point today, which is
true.
really, really, really cool
True.
at the end of the day. So, yes, kudos to the men out there who are doing a great
Big
job
ups.
being good fathers to their daughters. That
Yeah.
is absolutely amazing.
And their
But
sons too,
more, yeah,
Yeah.
their sons as well,
Yeah.
but more work needs to be done. And looking into other ways that we can help the girl child as well. There are a lot of people or a lot of organizations around
Yeah.
us that we could be a part of.
True.
We could give to, like we mentioned earlier. Surprisingly, a lot of people might find this actually really surprising, but a lot of women or a lot of young girls out there lack adequate facilities for
Yeah.
menstrual hygiene.
True.
So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
some kids go as far as not going to school
When
whenever
they're
it's that time of the month
and it's funny
because
because that's one thing that
they
we
don't
can't even
have.
control. That's something that we are born with. That's actually how it's not something that you can go like, oh, you can put off your cycle till you're 20 something, or when you're working. So that's something that even the government should be involved in. Everyone should be involved in finding a way to make sure that the female child has all the necessary things for her menstrual sanitary health, everything she needs. It should be affordable, or even, come on,
Free when you go to
free.
the pharmacy or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
when you enter like a restaurant or something, you go into the loo, it should be there free. You should be able to have like a dispenser for these things there,
Hmm.
because it will really help a lot. It's really very embarrassing when you see a small, like a high school kid who is stained and she's uncomfortable. She has that sweater tied, all because she's using tissue and she can't afford to use
To
sanitary
get a
pad.
sanitary pad.
Yes,
Yeah, that is
that is
very, very, very
ridiculous.
disturbing,
Yeah,
actually. Okay, and another thing is women and girls around the world. Um, I mean, there are parts of the world where, schools I mean, going to school can be cheap or even cheaper
Yeah.
for girls. Some say girls actually drop out of things like sports, you know, at twice the rate of boys by the age of 14,
Well.
you know, because hey, some girls feel like they don't want to look like a guy,
Yeah.
and things like that. And then when you
Yeah.
go home, your mom is like, well, how are you going to find a husband looking like
Ah,
this?
that is one thing mothers need to stop too.
Yeah, definitely another thing mothers need to stop. And there's the thing about equality.
Ugh,
Now, of course, when we talk about equality, when women talk about equality, all the guys, their antennas go up like, here they go. Okay, but when they say equality, it means equal opportunities for boys and
and girls,
girls.
yeah, simple.
So at the end of the day, if the boy is getting this, the girl should also get that.
Even the pay, they shouldn't pay a girl less just because she's female, or complain about things about like when she's going on maternity leave, you know, or even menstrual leave. I heard there's something about that.
Yeah, menstrual leave days. People are trying to advocate for menstrual leave days for the ladies.
And you know what's funny, guys? It would save you a lot of stress if you actually let this go through. You know why? You know why? Let me tell you why. When you allow a woman to rest 2 3 days when she's on her period, at least she will not set the office on fire. Think about it. It's for your own
But
safety.
well, how many offices are on fire even when they're on leave? Come on. Okay, you know what? We are going to go on a quick break, a very short break, and we will be back shortly.
My mouth is not putting me in trouble.
Why? What happened?
And your money with the experts
Oh.
on Smooth 98.1.
We have been in Africa. Africa is one of our fastest growing regions.
Smooth 98.1 introduces Stambik IBTC Solutions, a week-to-week exposition on financial matters from the investor's perspective.
Mrs. Dennis around. Have you seen her today?
That's been here and we continue to enhance.
She is. I have to call her.
With premium financial management solutions to cover all your needs. Tune in to Stambik IBTC Solutions on Smooth 98.1 every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 4:30 p.m.
99.9% of the information you get about Africa.
So world music is music of the earth. When we listen to it, we feel the expression. And we're talking about African expression, from the beats to the rhythm to the harmony.
As far as Africa is concerned, the music has to be an instrument of enjoyment.
And we are back on the Casbah. This is the Soul Sister segment on the show. And with me today, my soul sister is Ajike.
Yeah.
So yes, you can definitely find us live on YouTube at, well, we are Smooth 981. Just search for Smooth 981 on YouTube and you will find us
Yes.
live. You can drop your comments on Instagram and on Twitter. It's the International Day of the Girl Child, and we are looking at some of the parenting mistakes that we need to fix or absolutely get rid of so far. While we're still looking at other ways we could also help the girl child, make life a lot better. We've talked about equality,
Yeah.
and when we talk about equality, we're talking about equal opportunities for the girl child. Okay, so they should be getting whatever the boys
Are getting.
are getting in different helms and different spheres. So
Yeah.
looking at raising our kids, the attention that and the importance placed on the boy child should also be given to the girl child
Even in
as
schools, even in schools, I think we should not just leave it to the parents, because how many hours of the day are the parents with the kids? It's the schools that they're in, and that's where they take most of their lessons and their life lessons. In schools, I've seen teachers, treat the female child weird or different. Especially if it's a female teacher, it's like, know your place, stay in that place, just be a girl. It's even the females that are doing it to the females. I think the male teachers kind of like give you a chance to what's the word, to express yourself. Because I remember growing up, the teachers that actually really pushed me were the male teachers, not the female. The female teachers just wanted me to do home econs. I'm not able to check right now. They just wanted to know how to make soap, know how to sew, and these were not things I wanted to do. I wanted to be in the Intratech lab. I wanted to be dissecting rats, stuff like that. In school, you should be able to encourage your, the female child to be able to explore more and be more innovative or creative. It's not just for the men or for the boys. That's another angle. Even in universities too, it's not every female child that should go read mass comm or something.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
in regards to that, I guess that's where the whole idea of gender roles come in,
Yeah.
because I don't know if I was just really fortunate to have great parents or what. I really don't know.
Praise God.
But for me, I think, okay, maybe the fact that I was the only one living with my parents, I had to do everything. So when it came to the generator fixing, I would fix my bulbs
Oh, wow.
myself. Clean the car and still make breakfast. Still, yeah, there
You
was
were
nothing like,
multitasking it.
yeah, so there was nothing like, oh, it's this person. Of course, I grew up knowing that, hey, if there were boys in the house, the boys
Yeah.
would be the ones to clean the car.
Yeah, but like, should it just be them? That's why most ladies that have cars right now do not take care of their cars. Their cars.
I think the only thing
they
I
can't
can't, the only thing I can't do is change my tires.
Even that, you see, that's another thing. That's one thing
Well-
I'm grateful to my dad for. He taught me how to change tires. He taught me how to change oil. He taught me how to.
Yeah, I can change the oil, check the
Radiator,
check
everything.
the radiator, and do all that, because that's something my
Do
father
you also
would
know the
always
weird
do, and I would
noises that
always
go on?
go on rides with
Do you know?
him,
Do you know the
so-
weird noises that go on in the car? Like if your shock absorber is not right, if you're looking at me weird, so that's a no. Now those are the things I'm talking about. It shouldn't be just be letting the guy.
boys.
Yeah, it's just the females too have to know these things, because they're gonna own cars someday. They're gonna live by themselves at some point. They're gonna have to take care of themselves. They need to be able to. My mom still doesn't know how to do the changeover when they bring lights.
Really?
I'm not joking. She doesn't go near it. There's nothing you can say. She's not going to touch that.
So she's home alone and there's no light. She's
There's
never
no
turning
there's
it
no
down.
light. That place where you change faces? She
Mhm.
wouldn't do that too. She
can
would
do
stay.
that.
She would stay in the like she'll tell you no. Even generator, because it took a while. She had to go like get the one with key. Just to. I'm like, yo, you need to know how to do these things, because what happens when you're stranded, you're alone, and you need to take care of yourself. They make the female child seem like a helpless damsel growing up, and that
Yeah.
the man
that
has
is so
to do
true.
everything.
the manly thing.
Yeah. Then you now become this babe that grows up and can't cook or even clean, because you're pretty, you're just there, not doing anything. That's still the same equality thing. They need to be able to give everybody chores, equal chores for everyone around the board.
Mhm.
Like today, if it's the guy washing, and then it's the babe maybe cleaning. Everybody just needs to be able to know that you have to. These are survival skills. These are things you have to know as human beings. It's not a gender thing at all. The only gender thing they need to teach you is, as a woman, you can give birth. You have your menstrual cycle. You go through menopause. Yay! And then for men, same thing. That's the only difference. Every other thing, I think we're the
But for
same.
the boys still need to, be able to know what it's like, because they're gonna have wives
Yeah.
someday who would go through pregnancy and all those other things.
Do you know that some guys can go buy sanitary pads for their babes? Not even wives now, for their babes. Now imagine their wives.
That is interesting.
My dad bought me my first sanitary pad. My dad bought, like, he was smiling, he was so happy. He's like, yeah, take it. It was kind of nice to see he was quite involved in the whole, the female side, even though he didn't really agree with most of my choices career-wise. But we're fine now. But at least that side he didn't get so right, the career part. But the daddy part, yeah, he was a great dad.
All right,
So.
so I think we're sticking to, hey, we could do better in terms of raising the kids, no gender roles, encouraging the girls some more, as
Yeah.
well as to what they want to do, things they want to do in life. There's no such thing as, oh, it's only guys
Yeah.
that could be pilots
Yeah.
or astronauts.
Mhm.
You know,
Or do certain things that we can't talk about.
yeah, or do certain things, at the end of the day. So there's quite a number of things that, parents definitely need to still fix, because it's quite worrisome. I always say that, I trust how I'm going to raise, if I have boys,
Yeah.
I trust how I would raise them. But I don't think I trust how other women would
Will
raise
raise
their
their-
boys.
There's something I want to ask. Can we talk about it with parents when raising kids that are different?
When you say different, how do you mean?
Okay, let's say you're raising a girl child that already doesn't identify as straight.
That's a topic for another day. Actually. that is a topic for
Okay,
another
so that's
day.
something
It will
I'm
take
giving
a
you something.
whole lot,
Okay, okay.
you know, to
But we
delve into
haven't
that right
we
now.
haven't told them to really back off on the marriage thing for females though. We need to let the mothers know. No, it's very important because let's be honest, women need to understand that they can, exist more than just
Well,
marriage.
yes, that is also very true.
They need to know
I
that
think
there's more to life.
a lot of parents, they
Yeah.
tend to put pressure on their kids, on their girls, on, get him married, the quality of man you should go and find, etc, etc. I think more girls need to be raised in the sense, with the sense of knowing that they can make their own money and take care of
Yeah.
their own selves. You know, they don't have to be married before they can be taken care of.
And
And if
that's not
nobody's
like
taking care of you, that's fine. Take care of
that's not
yourself
even like the
with the
only
money you go
achievement.
out there to make by yourself.
Because something actually why this is kind of personal to me is because my mom did this to me recently and it really affected me in a bad way. I was telling her, giving her updates about my career and what I'm doing. She's not really interested, and then I talk about, oh, I'm kind of seeing someone, and her face lights up. I'm just like, oh, that's all I needed to hear. That really upset me because I'm like, I'm getting my life together, I'm doing things right, I'm trying to be, better at what I'm doing, and the only thing you care about is the fact that there's a man in my life. Quickly that man disappeared because I'm like, oh, if that's what's making you happy, because it wasn't like it wasn't even a serious thing. I'm just like, oh, I'm just seeing someone, just trying to form conversation, and that's all she picked. And that right there is what a lot of females go through.
Yeah, it's what a lot of females go through. That for some weird reason it gives them joy, but it makes the younger ladies quite miserable in
Yeah,
some sense. So
because it's not
yes.
like what's most important that we're
Well, I guess
crazy
that's
about.
something we will also be fixing as parents.
Yes, definitely, definitely. As in, I don't even want. In fact, the last thing I want to hear is you met boy. What are you doing in your life? How are you changing the world? That's what I'm important. That how are you treating other people? That's what I care about. Are you kind? Are you loving? Are you nice? Are you respectful? That's all I care about. I don't really want to know what you're doing in your private life as such, unless you bring it to me and you're like, okay, mommy, listen to this. Yeah, but I would give you the guidance, I know, but I'm not going to try to control your personal life or get excited just because you met some guy or something. No, I want to see you achieve. I want you to come on and go like, I just solved the cure to breast cancer. Yes, that's what we're talking
See,
about.
that's what we want to hear from the ladies.
Yes.
And of course, it's really amazing to see so many other great fits that women are achieving these days. Recently, there was a story about a woman who is from Uganda. I think she's from Uganda, who is the first Black woman to actually explore every country in the world.
Ooh.
That is amazing. So
Wow.
every day we hear news stories about women accomplishing new things.
Yeah.
Those are the people. Those are the things that we need to imbibe in our
Yeah.
girls, and let them have more mentors.
Yes.
And of course, eliminate this thing about competition with girls.
Yeah.
Girls competing with each other for all the wrong reasons.
There's even
First
no
off, they shouldn't even be
competition.
competing with each other in the first
Exactly.
place. Much less for even all the wrong reasons. That's that parenting thing, that we need to
Mm-mm.
fix. You know what, Ajike? It's been absolutely good having you on the show with
Thank
us
you for
today.
having
Thank
me
you for
again.
stopping by
It's always
this
fun.
Friday afternoon. Yeah. I
Turn
know.
up, TTIS.
So yes, today's Friday. Is the day to turn up. So I hope you're going to do something nice this weekend.
Me? Well, basically, I have a bunch of laundry to do, so that's something nice that I'll be doing.
I guess that's good therapy for some people. Who knows?
It's more like punishment, but okay.
For you, it's punishment. If that's how you choose to spend your weekend, please don't come and dull us right here.
No, it's gonna be.
We're going
it's
to
gonna
try
be
to do
turned.
something fun this weekend. Even though I don't have it figured out yet, but we'll definitely work on that. Well, hey, Lagos, remember, we're going to continue with some more good music for you this Friday afternoon. I know it's rainy out there. The weather might make you feel a little bit dull and all. Not to worry. You need to ensure that you keep that positive state of mind. All right? Only positive energy. In
Meditate.
the words of Adekunle Gold.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you do something nice for yourself. Keep your positive energy up. We have some good goldies coming. Good golden oldies coming up later in the
Nice.
3 o'clock hour. But from 2, we're going to come to you with destinations, and we have some more great tunes coming your way.
Hey.
So stick around.
Woo!
Wow, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.